Abby Adebuyi, and I'll talk to you today about setting goals that stick. This is my story. At the beginning of this year, I had a couple of goals. I'll pick only 3 of them to discuss with you. One, I wanted us to read the Bible through. 2, I wanted to lose weight, get trimmer. And 3, I wanted to publish. Back about 3 years ago, I had set a goal for myself to publish at least 3 pieces of my writing per year. And so that was a continuous goal. But the weight loss, that was a failing goal, as in it was my resolution last year, it didn't happen, and there was a resolution again this year. And it's a tale of 3 goals. The Bible through the year. Where are we in the middle of the year? Well, right about May, we dropped it. Why? The kids were in soccer, I was running up and down, there was simply no time to continue. By the time we get home from soccer or match or whatever, everybody's tired. We grab something to eat, I send them off to bed, settle down to do some of my work. And so that kind of just fell by the wayside. This vacation period, I've been picking it up in bits and pieces, trying to kind of join those months we missed. So that's sort of a hit or miss. The weight loss, by March I knew I was losing. Why? Not losing weight, but losing track of the goal. Nothing was happening. I was still eating at night. I eat while I write, which is usually at night. And so nothing, I was getting no traction. I did something different then. I joined the gym and got a personal trainer. Within weeks, there was a remarkable difference in the way I looked. Why? Because first he knew no respect, as in he pushed me way beyond my limits. I had to actually work out without saying like, oh, I walked half a mile, yay. No, this was real hard work. But I had a taskmaster that put me through the hoops. My third goal on publishing, I realized it is easier said than done. However, it is doable. So far, I have done 1 book and I have the other half of the year to do the other 2. And I'm working on them. What I find that works well is setting chunks of time and using the chunks of time to do specific targeted activities. So, I'm going to share with you what works, what doesn't work in setting goals. Setting goals that stick. The first thing in setting a goal is to describe what you want in detail. I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew we needed to read the Bible through in a year, or that's what I desired that we did. I knew I wanted to lose some weight. I knew I wanted to publish some of my writing. So that was very clear in my mind. It wasn't, oh, I want us to be more spiritual as a family, or I would like to look like Beyonce, or no, it was specific. So the first thing you want to do is to describe your goal in as specific, as focused, and as clear a manner that you know exactly what it is you want. Dr. Phil talks about someone saying, oh, I want happiness. Doesn't everybody? But if you set it a goal as number 1, happiness, that's your New Year's resolution, it means different things to different people. He said his dog wants happiness, but is that the same happiness that you want? No. So set the goals in a clear way and manner that It communicates to you as well as anybody else that you're going to bring on board to help you with your goal. When I got to the personal trainer, what he asked me was, how many pounds would you like to lose? What exactly would you consider your problem areas to be? Where do you see yourself going with the weight loss? So he asked me pointed questions that I had to be able to tell him, this is what I want, this is how it looks, this is how I hope to get there, and this is a time in which I hope to get there. So describe in as vivid a detail, draw it, illustrate it, otherwise in whatever manner works for you, render your goal visible. Make sure you know and you can communicate that goal, that resolution. And it's not too late to pick up the slack where you've dropped off, or if you haven't, it's always a good idea in life to have a goal, to have a place that you're going to. Secondly, mind map it. Dig into your mind. What really would you like to do? I remember talking to someone not long ago, and she had come to me to talk about her vision. Which was actually a class assignment for her, but they were asked to write a vision. And so she was discussing with me her vision and said, oh, I just want my kids to be successful. I just want my family to be fine. I said, really? What do you want for yourself? What would you like to see happen for you? Where would you like to go in life? And as I dug deep, that is, as I mapped her mind, as I looked into her mind, so to speak, I realized she actually had a specific dream. A dream that was unique to just her. And guess what? As we dug deeper, it all became clearer to her. Yes, this is what I want. I've always wanted this. But, you know, it requires money. It requires this. I said, well, now you know what you want. Begin to put in place those things that will make it happen for you. So also, I would encourage you. Dig in there. It's in there. It's in there. Dig into your mind. What do you want from life? You're right here, right now. But what do you want from life? Secondly, after you've dug and you realize what you want, create little steps. So you have that big old goal of, say, losing 20 pounds, which was what it was for me. Cut it up into little pieces. How many per week? How many pounds do I lose per week? How many pounds should I have lost by a month? Cut it up into chunks that you can do. Chunks that would give you an opportunity to dive in there to get your hands dirty. There's a Chinese proverb that says the journey of 1,000 years begins with one step, right? It begins just with that one step. But what is that one step? You have to dig it out of your big old goal and break it into little pieces that you can do one at a time, one step at a time. The third thing is you need to keep track. Make sure you're moving progressively in the direction of your dream. You don't want to be dancing here and dancing there and round, round, round. You need to be moving forward progressively in the direction of your dream. Many of us in today's society are so active. Oh, we're so busy, 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 busy. Crazy busy. Doing what? A lot of activity, no traction. You're not progressing. You're not moving forward. You need to be moving forward in the direction of your dream. You can track your progress by writing it down. You could track your progress by charting it. Oh, I worked today, peak. I didn't work today, valley. And then you chart the peaks and valleys. But you have to progressively be moving forward. You could also chart your progress the way I did my weight loss. Get a partner. Get an accountability partner. Get someone that's going to help you to keep track. Someone that will make sure that you're doing what you need to do to get to where you're going. So if you can't handle it alone, get a partner. Also, I recommend a mentor. Someone that's been there before and therefore can take you through the paces. Because that way, not only do you have your goal, but you have a vision of what it would look like when you achieve it. That is the best motivation of all. Because you can then imagine yourself as a successful speaker, or yourself as a business person, yourself as 130 pounds, trim fit, looking great. But you can visualize it. 5, do the grunt work. You would have to work. Just get that straight. There is no dream you have that is just handed to you. Oh, you want to lose 30 pounds? Here you go, honey. No. You have to do the work that it takes to get there. Be determined to do the work so you can get the results. Also, as you do the grunt work, it gets monotonous. It gets like, oh, I'll never get here. But what do? Motivate yourself. Have your accountability partner always call you to give you pep talks if you're down. Or the perks. Reward yourself when you make that itsy bitsy step in the right direction. Motivate yourself. Keep yourself going. Pat yourself on the back when you do right. Oh well, kick yourself in the you know what when you do wrong. But keep yourself on track towards your goal. As I mentioned earlier with the proverb, yeah, it's 1,000 years, but once you start stepping in the right direction, the journey becomes clearer and your goal becomes clearer and your goal becomes clearer. The journey becomes shorter and shorter until you get there. So I hope these tips help in terms of setting goals that stick. For more, visit me at www.abiadeboye.com. Thank you.